day one. We saw it coming miles away, while they just laughed and walked away. Now it's time to draw the line. This is ours, this fight is mine. Preppers will survive through the fire. We stay alive, stand our ground, we won't divide.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome,
Hello.
welcome. I don't even know what voice I have on here right now. Do I sound normal?
Yeah, it's you.
Okay.
Huh. Let's
Because
see.
I was doing a intro,
Oh,
and so I figure I'm already doing it, so I might as well do my own intros instead of
Right.
using somebody else's music.
right.
So I was going to do an intro for the porch talk thing.
Hmm. Yeah, that was a good video. But yeah, hey Regina and Miss B, Susie D,
Yeah, I
Bubble,
got the.
Bubble Bibble.
It cost me $4.99, so it's not that great of a mic or anything because I tell the sound is already kind of wonky on it, but it
Better than
is what
I
it
got.
is. And it's the thing is it's supposed to drown out other sounds,
Right.
so that's the main reason I got that mic. So I can just plug it in the bottom of the phone
Right.
and then hook up the mic, and it does a thing.
Would it drown out Jeff?
If he was like mowing the grass in the next yard, probably.
Oh, okay.
I was surprised that you didn't hear the guy mowing and stuff over there.
No, I didn't hear
Hey,
anything.
Jan. Hey,
Jan,
what?
What?
How you doing, Susie D? B Charmin in here, Regina. I think Corso's in here too.
Yeah, King Corso's was up higher.
Yeah. Somebody said hi. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I figured I might as well. I wasn't doing anything right now, and my son's schedule got flipped, so
Right.
I don't get to talk to him on Fridays longer periods. I'll put it that way.
Right.
Because we do a little well, his wife and him get all together, and we talk for a little bit on Signal, because it's the only thing that military can use legally, I guess. Because because you can set it to where the message. Well, you can set it to where it deletes your messages and stuff, or
Right.
chat, whatever, for an hour or something. So when talking with him, I have to have it to where it. I think it's like we've got it set for 5 minutes. So after 5 minutes, messages get deleted. And it's pretty secure.
Yep. We use it every day, right?
Yeah. Well, you guys do. I just skip to the bottom.
Yeah, I know. That's why I gave you the nickname Scroll Down.
Jeff said he was on there the other day, and he said, I did your number. I just scrolled to the bottom.
Yeah. I got to talk to him. He's got to quit being so lazy. You're supposed to read everything, man. You could miss something real good,
Well, I figure if it's real important, somebody will remind me again.
With a hand with the finger pointing up. Hey, look up there.
Then I'll be sitting there for 20 minutes trying to figure out what it was.
Right. Hey, Gina.
Hey, Gina. Hey, Rose. How are you doing tonight? Boy, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but since I've been fiddling with the music thing, I've been having to drink a lot more tea.
Tea? Oh, for your throat?
Yeah, because I'm not used to it. Back in the day, it was normal, and my vocal cords didn't bother them as much.
Yeah.
Except for the normal. I don't like calling it singing because it's more just like talking. The singing part is what hurts because I usually don't get up that high. I think I'm gonna talk to Kayla and see if she'll do a few bets, for what do they call them?
Intros you talking about?
No, dang it. It's bits and pieces, hooks. They call them hooks.
Okay.
So usually if a guy's singing it, they usually have women doing the hooks because it stands out,
Right.
like, the Preppers Will Survive thing, have her sing it too, and then mix it in with it. But they're so busy,
Yeah.
I don't want to bug them with that stuff.
Would probably sound good though. Hey, Vester.
Yeah. Well, there's parts where I do sing. I change the tone of my voice, which I got to make sure which one I'm on right now so I don't mess up.
I can change my voice and sing like that in fashion. It becomes a little weird.
Wait, did you hear the tone change?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah. So the fun part is trying to find the right tones to where it sounds like a different person.
Right.
Then sing it again and have different tracks in there and mix it in to where it seems like I've got a backup crew singing with me.
Hell, you could sound like a quartet if you're going to do that. Right.
Thank you, Regina.
That's very hard to do.
Oh, yeah.
Quartet. Yeah. I mean, those guys trained for years.
Yeah, I was talking to my friend, and he's always told me, he says, you need to sing because you got a good voice. You got he said, a radio voice. I said, nah. And when I told him, because he's a professional artist himself. He writes songs and he mainly does, like the stuff on commercials and stuff, that thing.
Right.
I forget what they call them, but
Jingles?
yeah, something like that. And he's the one that told me to get onto that ASCAP thing.
Right.
And do that. And he said, usually it's going to take a while. He said, it usually takes at least a couple weeks unless they see something they want. Which less than 48 hours, I got approved. I got accepted, rather. Now the fun part goes when I have to add all the legal stuff in there. Oh. So how you been doing, Eric?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, You know my situation. I'm all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta. um, I met a new Smith today down at the shop, and we had to. Guys kind of had to get him in line because he thought he was all that, acting like the big show. But yeah, we need rain. That would really make me happy. I mean, we're down. I mean, bad. And the Panhandle this time last year, or what it should be for this month, they're down like 11, 12 inches.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Bad on the swamps.
absolutely. But the one thing that, and to me, this is proof.
Hey, Robert.
Is all of the beaches here are crystal clear now. I mean, crystal clear. And it's not always like that, especially, coming out of the bay and this.
Yeah.
Well, there's been no rain, so there's been no runoff, so there's been no fertilizer, and every other dang thing running down
Yeah.
into the water. There's no red tide at all. My brother-in-law was out the other day. He caught 28 trout.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, no trophies, but, they were, 18, 22 inches, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
But he doesn't harvest anymore. Neither do I, unless it's a flounder or something like that. That's you can't throw flounder back. They go too good on bread and the skillet. So, but so that just says to me that the fertilizer. I mean, we've got so much crap down here that just shouldn't be here. It should be taken somewhere else. I don't know where they would take it, but I don't want to mention the company's name because I don't want to get you in trouble. But they're big. It starts with an M. So clear water and lots of fish.
Yeah. I often wondered because and then they say, oh, there's no way any of that stuff gets in the water, but it does.
Absolutely.
Like from the streets and stuff, when it does rain and it goes out into the ocean.
Yeah.
I don't see no filters on the end of them grates that get pumped into the ocean.
No.
So of course the oil and the gasoline and all the junk that's on streets and stuff go back into the ocean.
Really, Rose, that's something. Only 2 days a week to do laundry. Yeah, we need it bad.
I think it was last night we got no, it was Wednesday. Wednesday it was storming here pretty bad. Well, that's what they said. It was pretty bad. It just sounded like it was raining. It was more windy than anything. Yeah, I'll hear on the news or Facebook saying horrible storms coming, or T will tell me, be careful, there's a storm coming.
Yeah, we're under a burn ban too, Vester.
Yeah.
But when it does get to the rainy season, if you go out for the day fishing or whatever, you better make sure, because I bring a weather radio too with me.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And it's connected to NOAA. They're always broadcasting because
I've got one, but I probably wouldn't take it with me, but maybe put something on the radio. Or the cell phone.
I mean, I don't need it because I can pull up the local radar on my cell phone and see exactly where I'm at, where the thunderhead is, where the line of showers is. And, you better hope your engine doesn't stall because that stuff comes through and it's wicked.
The only thing I would worry about for me, it would be lightning.
Yep.
Yeah. If my
You-
motor gave out, I got paddle
Yeah. Oh.
or
The first
oars or
thing-
whatever you call them.
You just type in the YouTube search engine, hit by lightning while fishing. Yeah, these guys, they're out there fishing and they got an 8-foot or 7.5-foot pole in the air. You know,
or they're on a metal boat.
right. But I mean, they're literally holding on to a lightning rod. You're supposed to lay them down. in your
Yeah.
boat and then beat
Yeah.
it. So we got caught once. Well, I didn't get caught because I saw it coming. And it was about I think I've told this story before. It was about a 4-mile run to the nearest bridge. And we got under the bridge and the storm came through.
You
Right.
can't see it. It's yellow.
I saw it. You remember we were talking about The Last of the Mohicans, the movie?
Yeah.
And when you're under the waterfall, you can't actually see through it. It's just a sheet of water. Like
Yeah.
you can't see anything but water. Well, that
Yeah.
rain was coming down that hard. It wasn't coming off the bridge. I'm talking about, 3 feet off the bridge. That's the sheet of, that's how hard it was. You couldn't see anything.
Yeah.
It was like you were in another time continuum. Really creepy. That's
And
how hard.
the noise.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a wicked sound.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you're under an overpass bridge.
Well, unfortunately, the back end of the boat was lined up with one of the bridge drains that drains the road. So my nephew got hit right in the head with all this water coming down. But other than that, and it was a slow day too. And then right after the rain, I went right back to the oyster bar we had been sitting at for an hour and a half. We caught 14 redfish in a half hour. It's just that barometric pressure change and the water cools off and they're turned on.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm many times it'd be pouring down rain and I just wait, and then it'd clear up and start tossing that line out there, and it was boom, 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 boom. Yeah, which I learned that from my grandpa. We would he would back his truck up to the edge of the bank, and it was just pouring down rain, and we still have our poles out there, and I'm like, why are we still here? We're not catching anything. Can't go out and do anything. And he said, just relax, just sit there,
Give it time.
and then it would clear up, and then bam, bam, bam.
But one thing I've learned a long time ago is with this type of water down here, whether it's an incoming or an outgoing, a high or a low, it's best to fish when the water's moving.
Oh yeah.
Even if it's just moving like, maybe a foot every 5 seconds or 10 seconds, it's, but it's moving. What versus a slack tide, which is, dead. But that's more salt water than fresh.
Yeah. Yeah. My grandpa's pond that he dug himself, I found, because that was my everyday thing, was fishing with the cane pole and stuff. And I noticed, like, because he made his own bread and everything, so when bread did go bad or it got hard or something, he'd go out there and toss it out there.
Right.
I'd see the mouse popping up getting that bread. I'm like, oh. So he told me to throw some bread out, throw out this old bread. And I'm like, okay. And I got my cane pole and put a hook in it and tossed it out there, and bam, I was pulling big old catfishes. How'd you do that?
Yeah. Yeah. A light rain is good. Just
Yeah.
dusting. That you fish in all the time.
Yeah. Pontoons are nice.
Yeah, I was going to say, hey, were you on one of our local rivers on the pontoon?
You can have your barbecue grill up there, and coolers, the whole shebang, and you can sleep out there and the whole thing.
Yeah. You can have a porta potty out there that's got a little tent that pops up over the top of it when you need your privacy.
Well, we didn't do that.
I don't use that, but if you got the ladies with you, you do.
Yeah. We rented a pontoon for 4th of July. It's been many years ago. And we had the barbecue grill out there and had all the food. And we slept out there, even though they say you wasn't supposed to. But all you had to do is put a pole out there like you're fishing.
Right.
And we slept out there the whole night and got up in the morning, fixed breakfast, and had a whole weekend was out on that thing and had so much fun.
You on a lake?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big old Tappan Lake up here.
Nice. You'll be surprised at the deals. Well, I don't know about up north, but down here, you can get one hell of a used boat for the money. I mean, all, checked out by a mechanic and, years old, and it's almost half the price of something that would roll off the showroom floor. Hey, Grace.
He still has the same channel, Second Dawn, but he has a girlfriend.
Mm.
So
that's the first Dawn.
So YouTube is on the back burner for him, so to speak. Yeah, I'm happy for him though. He's needed. I don't want to put it in a certain way, but he's needed a girlfriend for a while. Not, guys know what I mean.
I know what you're talking about. He's needed some companionship.
Yeah, 101 is in love.
Let's see. What did she say? Yeah, that's where we were, the St. John's.
St. John.
She had been on that too. My cousin owns property on that one. We go tubing down that.
Oh, I missed that too.
Some places you can't tube though because of the gators.
In Phoenix, I'm guessing they still have it, but outside of Phoenix, you take inner tubes and they would drive you up to the other end.
Yep.
And drop you off, and you take your coolers because legally you could drink on the river.
Right.
Or I wouldn't even call it a river because most of the time you could stand up in it. But you float down. You would get a tube for yourself and a tube for your cooler. And you would tie them all together and just sit back, and one person would be in charge of the music and stuff, and everybody else sit back and pass out sandwiches and whatnot. And the whole day, that's all you did. It was like not a very fast river or anything, because it did take hours to get to the other end, and then you drive home, unless you were, not able to drive.
Well, that's that was the premise of the movie Deliverance. He paid
No, this wasn't that kind of a river.
Well, you know what I mean. He paid them to drive their vehicles downriver. So that's where they'd pick them up when they,
Well, they had shuttle buses that would take you up to the end of the top part of the river. And it was, all day fun thing. And they you could camp out on the side or whatnot if you brought the stuff, which many people did.
Right.
They'd float down until they get to their favorite spot, and then they pull over the tubes and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Oh, dang, B. That's where we used to bass fish at Three Sisters. Wow. Small world. Huh. There's a lot of lakes that connect to each other over there.
Yeah, there's this. I don't know where it is because she didn't tell me, but it's crystal clear, and there's a national forest. It's part of the national forest, and she was having trouble with people. Said that she wasn't allowed to be on a canoe and stuff like that. And,
Who was this?
a friend of mine that is a van life person.
Oh, okay.
And she was telling me that they were calling the game warden on her and this and that. And
Bunch of Karens.
yeah. And she wasn't fishing or anything. She was just, kayaking down. Wasn't really even a kayak. It's just a board, basically. A bigger surfboard type thing. I forget what they call them. And you could see all the way to the bottom of the water. It was just crystal clear.
Nice. Yeah, that's clear water is. Well,
But I think it's north from you.
We had a great white that pinged right off of the beach here not too long ago. I think they tagged him off of the Carolinas because the great whites, they follow the Gulf Stream. You think they're up in just in the Northeast, cold water sharks. No.
Is that a Ken or is that an Eric?
What's that?
The male name for a Karen.
What's the male name for a Karen? I don't think there is a male name. It could be a man dressed as a Karen, and he's still a Karen.
Could be.
Did you see that, Dana? Yeah. So anyway, they're starting to establish these routes that these great whites take, and they come down the eastern seaboard, and then they come through the Straits of Florida, around the Keys, and right up the West Coast, and out into the Gulf of America.
Kyle, that'd be a good one too.
Kyle?
Kevin. Yeah, I think it's a Ken. But that could be because it's
Karen, Ken.
Ken is a Barbie too, or the Barbie thing. Yeah, that's why Barbie never gets pregnant, is because Ken comes in a box.
Charles, that's hard. Oh my God, I can't believe you said that.
What? He does. He comes in a box.
Oh crap! I gotta write that one down. Regina. Oh Lord. They had one.
Took it off the market. Yeah, we was talking about like Pokemon. Pokemon's like blowing up. Everything's so expensive now for Pokemon. Everything. You go to the store and you'll see packs and packs and packs on a full shelf. The next day you go in there, they're all gone. Mm. And we were sitting, I was trying to think, like marketing stuff for back in our day. What was the big marketing thing? Everybody knows about Cabbage Patch Kids. And there was the Furbies. I was trying to go back even further. What do you remember back in the day that blew up? When it came out, it was like, besides Star Wars too. Star Wars is
Beanie Babies.
yeah. Well, that's kind of 90s though, isn't it?
Well, I'm not that old, Charles.
Oh, Care Bears. Yeah, Care Bears was another one.
Right? Cabbage Patch.
Yeah, yeah. And there was like the cards, Garbage Pail Kids.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you guys remember those.
Puppy.
Pound Puppies, yeah. Esprit Bags. I don't know that one. It must be a girl thing.
It's probably a purse or something. Chatty Cathy.
Strawberry Shortcake was big. And then we started talking about
How about the Susie Home Baker Oven, Easy Bake Oven?
oh, Easy Bake Oven, yeah.
Yeah.
And grow
Rainbow Bright.
glow bright things where you stick the pegs in the
Light Bright.
light brights, yeah.
See, look at all the
Thundercats.
Ninja Turtles, Thundercats. Wow.
Yeah.
Smart Chat
We were talking about Gumby.
and Pokey.
Yeah, that was the show was claymation.
Mm-hmm.
And he said that was the first claymation. I'm like, no, I don't think so, because I remember stuff way before that.
Hey, Josh, what was the name?
Hey, Josh.
What was the name of that claymation series? It was religious, and it was a little boy, and he had a dog named Goliath. Anybody remember that? It was on. It was always on. I think it was on Sundays. I don't know. Was it Peter and Goliath or
What?
it was? There it is. Davy and
Davy
Goliath.
and
Thank you,
Goliath?
Bobby got it.
Okay. Was that before or after Gumby?
I don't know.
Because I could have swore there was a thing before that, and I thought it was dinosaurs, some kind of dinosaurs. It was claymation, the dinosaur thing.
I think like the Rudolphs and all of that, they were stop motion stuff. I don't know if they're made out of clay, but
the first ones I think were
they?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, Sundays. That's what I thought, Susie. Davy and Goliath. It was before Gumby. I'm thinking maybe too. I had a Gumby and Pokey, and I flushed them down the toilet. My folks were not happy.
Especially if it clogged the toilet up.
It did. Neither was the plumber.
Yep, Mr. Bill.
Bill.
Yeah.
Mr. Bill.
Yeah, I brought that up, but I think that was after Gumby, though. But I could have swore there were some reruns that I seen that would have been before Gumby and that. Oh man, remember the British show? I'm thinking it's British. I could have, it's like the Monkeys, but there were these guys in the outfits, with the big heads.
Seals and something Crofts. Oh dang!
And it was like a boy band back in the 60s.
Yeah,
it might have been 70s, but
Color Forms. That's another one. Yeah.
Then I remember the We Are the Monkeys one. Puffin Stuff, yeah.
Puffin Stuff, that's it. HR Puffin Stuff. That's
Yeah.
it. Oh man.
Yeah, there it is. Oh wow.
What?
just looking at the picture.
But see, for me, this is all based on reruns because I'm not that old. I don't have birthdays either anymore. I don't know if you knew that.
Oh wow. The first episode was in 1969. And the final episode, wow, it didn't go very long. The first episode was September 6, 1969. The final episode was January 3rd, 1970.
Right.
I could have swore it was on longer than that.
The monkeys you talking about?
The puffin stuff.
The puffin stuff. HR puffin stuff. I think, was that a Seals and Crofts? No, that was a group.
Oh, they only have 3 episodes? I could have swore there's more than that. There's Sigmund and the Sea Monsters.
Yeah.
This is other ones that are popping up back then.
Don't forget Land of the Lost.
Oh, I love that. Yep, Land of the Lost. And that was only on for 2 years.
Flea Stacks. The sleazy stacks.
Yeah. Well, Teletubbies, that's a whole.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, all my kids had a Teletubby. They all had their favorite Teletubbies. I thought they was weird, but it was a kid thing, I guess.
Family, that was a good one.
Puff the Magic Dragon. I remember him.
Yeah, Peter, Paul, and Mary.
The Banana Splits.
Yep.
That was only for 2 years.
I think there was a lion in that group wearing a crown, and they drove around in a car.
It kind of looks like a lion. I don't know if that's a lion or not.
Dana Marty Croft, maybe that was it, Dana.
Oh, who remembers Captain Kangaroo?
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Sideburns himself. He had them big old sideburns, didn't he?
1974 was Land of the Lost.
Hong Kong Phooey.
Yep.
Let's see. Oh, here's that other. Yeah, that's Davy and Goliath was from 1961 to 2004.
Wow. Yeah, Dark Shadows with Barnabas Collins. That was excellent. I love that.
Oh, yeah. What about Marsha?
It was Studio Singers. All right, Mr. Jeff. I will.
Hey, Jeff.
I will take that under advisement.
Danger rule.
Well, should be
Robinson, not Rogers.
Jonathan Harris. Never fear, Smith is here.
The Smurfs, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get into the blue. I think that was past my time anyway.
Hoppity Hopper.
Yeah, Speed Racer was good.
Here Comes the Grump. That was only for a year. Bungalows. I don't remember that one. That one looks creepy as heck, though. That looks really creepy. Yes, Star Wars. I was big in the Star Wars thing. I actually won drawing contests for drawing some of the scenery. They gave you a big thing of paper and you could draw what you wanted to on it. I drew a whole scenery of the Hoth battle.
Right.
And I won first place, and I was on the local news and I was in the newspaper.
Oh, that's right. Robert and Prepper 101 are go after Jeff all the time. I forgot about that.
Hey, Desert Living, good to see you.
I was more of a Star Trek fan than a Star Wars.
Oh, I like Star Trek too.
To me, Star Trek was more of a possibility.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, see, Star Wars wasn't here. Star Wars was a galaxy far, far away. You know.
You know.
But
it's also a lot later.
There are parts of it to where, well, I don't know if it's true or not, but there's people who dig into the whole thing of it, and there is an Earth. It's not in their land in Star Wars. It's not called Earth, but I forget what it's called, but it is part of our galaxy, kind of. Yeah, that was a good movie. I just hated the wasting of all the mashed potatoes.
What movie was that?
Yeah, I still like if I'm bored and I want to watch something, I'll search, sci-fi stuff.
Close Encounters.
Because I love watching the sci-fi stuff. Now, if you're a Star Trek fan, do not, I repeat, do not watch the Star Trek Academy thing that just came out.
No.
It's horrible. I mean, they have bits that could be entertaining, but
well, it was supervised by the wrong person, first of all. So.
Yeah. Well, the last major one, well, not the last major one, the one before that, started out really good. And then, we got to be woke. And then they threw in trans aliens or something like that. And why? You don't need that stuff. Just make the show. You don't have to put that kind of stuff in there.
Maybe
that's what's irritating. Why they have to force that stuff on people?
And marketing people came from Bud Light.
Well, I mean, look at Star Trek. Way back in the 60s.
Yeah. 6.
The communication chick.
Lieutenant Uhura.
Her, yeah. She was way ahead of her time because of that show.
Well, not only that was the first television show that actually had an interracial kiss on it.
Yeah. And they touched on the stuff, but they didn't force it upon you. It was just there, Yep.
It's funny you mentioned that, Charles. I read a thing about her, Nichelle Nichols, and she was planning on leaving Star Trek. I forget why.
Yeah.
It had something to do with she didn't feel like she was treated right or something was going on. And Martin Luther King called her up.
Yeah.
He had a meeting with him and he said, please do this for the greater good. If you're being abused, it's one thing, but and she stayed the course. And of course she became very famous. So
yep. She opened doors for a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah. The Munsters.
The Munsters, yeah. Munsters were good too. there's so many shows out there that had, you know, that stuff in it, but it wasn't like it was here. It's in your face. You know, you got to see it. The whole episode. It was just, you know, blended in.
Right.
And that's the way to do it instead of forcing it upon you.
Well, the creator, Gene Roddenberry, he did a lot of Westerns before he did Star Trek.
Yeah.
Because D. Kelly, DeForest Kelly, who played Dr. McCoy, he was in a lot of his Westerns before Star Trek was.
Oh, yeah. Hogan's Heroes. That was good. That was one of my dad's favorite shows.
Bob Crane.
Now, the true story about that guy is another thing.
He had a wild life, that dude.
The lady that played Lily on The Monsters was also made. Yeah. Yeah. Somebody did a thing because she was also like a model type.
Oh, yeah, she's a beautiful woman.
And somebody did the AI thing of her now type thing. And everybody's wondering, who is that? She's beautiful. And, you know,
yeah,
you know, all that. And, well, she's on The Monsters. What? No way.
Vampira.
Zorro. Yeah, Zorro was a good show, too. And until Johnny Depp and them ruined it. Or was that Zorro?
Antonio Banderas.
Oh, no, that was Lone Ranger, I think. Yeah. That was ruined, too. I used to like Lone Ranger, too. The way back one, the series one. Doobie Gills.
Dobie Gillis. Dobie.
Oh.
I got one for you if y'all can remember.
Granny was?
Dobie Gillis, of course. But again, I'm a lot younger than you, Jeff, so it was reruns I was watching. I'm not in my 60s like you people, so stop.
I'm not in the 60s yet.
Well, I'm not in the 50s either.
Uh-huh.
Dana can vouch for me. So can B.
Three Stooges. Oh, yeah.
They were good.
I miss, well, another show that we can't watch anymore would be Dukes of Hazzard.
Oh, yeah.
I used to love watching Dukes of Hazzard. Just the good old boys.
40 years old with 30 years experience. Who said that?
My Three Sons, yeah. That was a good show. And a lot of those were all reruns when I was growing up. But, you know, that was good stuff back in the day.
Regina,
the old version of Superman. Is that the Superman that thought he was Superman and jumped out the window?
I don't know what you're talking about.
That, you know, deleted himself, so to speak. I remember my dad told me there was a man that played Superman that deleted himself by thinking he was and jumped out a window or something.
Superman?
I don't know which one it was.
Huh. See, they're wanting to know our ages. Do you see the little sign below my ER signature there to the left? See what that says there? That's my motto.
What? Cross-dressing?
It's in the white box.
It says cross-dressing?
No, it says admit nothing.
Black and white films of Superman. Yeah. Omit everything. There you go.
No. Well, you go ahead. You do that. That's not good.
I was actually thinking about posting the videos because I've got cameras all around here, and after I did a video about missing space peoples, if you guys remember that video, or was it alive? I don't know. It was a video, but anyways, for 3 nights, I had black choppers over my house with spotlights on my house, and I've got the videos and everything because I saved them. You can see it's pitch black out, and all of a sudden
All right.
I mean low, and the lights are shining all around, and we don't have a police force or anything. Sheriff doesn't have helicopters. They were black choppers for 3 nights. I said, well, I'm not doing any more on that. That's that video.
Maybe they were
Not saying that's what it was, but very, very interesting. And I remember choppers like that out in Phoenix, Arizona. That was a normal thing because they had like 11 for the area of Phoenix. That was back in the 80s.
Right. Well, not only that, but there's a lot of distance to cover if they had to get somewhere. So
yeah. So in a little town like this, that wasn't normal. And well, I'm not going to say any more about that, but yeah.
things that make you go, So let's see. Bubble Bibble's going to be 41. So you're about 12 years older than me, Bubble Bibble.
Whoever believes that, I have some very nice property for sale in Arizona that has a nice ocean right next to it.
No, don't move to Arizona.
I would love to move to Arizona. Get me, because you can buy like 100 acres really cheap. Only problem is there's nothing there.
Exactly. You got to drive 12 hours just to do something.
Yeah, them bridges are falling apart. You need to do some maintenance on them things.
Yeah,
Jeff.
Jeff, get the paintbrush out and the wire brush. Come on, Jeff. We got to get after him more, Charles. Don't be a slacker, Jeff.
It's your problem. James Bond movies, yeah. There's only one James Bond to me. Maybe kind of a second one, but
Sean Connery was James.
Yep, Sean Connery's the only James Bond
Yep.
that I recognize. The other guy
was pretty good. You know who else was good was Daniel Craig. He was good as Bond.
Yeah, it kind of went full blown action after with him though, and not so much spy-ish.
You didn't think the other James Bond movies were all full blown action?
Not so much. It was more, like gadgets and fancy cars and
probably a slower pace too.
Yeah, and the other guy, I can't remember his name. He could have been a good one, but
was he ever one?
I can't remember. Here, let me.
The other guy,
James
Timothy Dalton.
Bond.
Then there was an Englishman that played Bond, but he only did it once.
Okay, let's see here.
I think that was on Her Majesty's Secret Service. I think that was the one.
Pierce Bronson. I think he could have been good.
He was a Bond.
Yeah, no, I think he could have been a lot better. He could have been like, because, you know, like the other Roger Moore in there, it wasn't just a one or two movies. It was like a lot of movies. Trying to find. Oh, this is interesting. And of course, never mind. I'm not even going to mention it. I'm going to close it. The next James Bond. And I don't care, you know, but.
It's supposed to be a woman, isn't it?
No. Well, the thing is, if you have a list of people that you want to play James Bond, it should be a list of all different varieties, so to speak.
Right.
Not just one race.
Oh, I got it.
And I'll leave it at that. Because if it was one race being white, everybody's screaming and hollering over it. Hey, Jennifer, good to see you. Good to Bad and Ugly. That's a good Western. And the sounds that those pistols made.
Well, there's a lot of echo and ricochet.
Listing while canning. What are you canning? Potatoes. What do you think she's canning? Hurry before she answers.
Zucchini.
Zucchini. Let's see. Everybody's supposed to be guessing. Hurry up and guess. Have you ever figured out why a 6-seater shot is 20 times before?
6 shooter.
Oh, you mean a 6? Your shooter? You
Yeah,
mean?
that's called Hollywood. That's
Yeah.
how that happens.
Yeah. Oh, is that what you're canning?
Well, I was close. Artichoke.
No, I was closer. It's another form of a potato.
It is?
Yeah.
How the hell is artichoke close to a potato?
It's not an artichoke. It is a Jerusalem artichoke, which is you can slice it up and fry it like a potato. It's a tuber. Or another word for it is sunchoke.
He says, no, I'm canning cod for my cats.
Oh. Well, that's still good. Yeah.
Grace is doing ground beef.
Are you canning ground beef or are you just can't? She's probably guessing. Well, B gets everything right. Chicken. Well, is it chicken? Oh, cod. Never mind. Okay, I see it now. Well, B didn't get it right.
Where did she put?
I'm just hoping mine grow this year because I'll probably take about 3 or 4 of them from this harvest and just try them. And then if I like them, then I'll just keep them growing. And then maybe down the road, a couple years, then I can give some out to everybody who wants some. Go to bed. It's only 9 o'clock. Tomorrow is peas and carrots, then beef and some bison. Oh, it's 10 there? Oh, well, still, it's only 10 o'clock. Oh,
She got to be way east.
well, way up there in Canada. I did see the lady in Cincinnati got busted or fired. The chief police police chief up there.
What was she doing? Or should I say,
Disliking on her own race, so to speak.
oh,
Anti,
yeah.
and she's white. What you would probably call a rhino.
Yeah. There's plenty of them out there.
Yeah, that's why I'm not giving any to Jeff. But if you soak them, you get rid of that stuff too. That's why you leave them in the ground until you're ready to harvest them. Eight hours before you're done. Yeah, I need to get to doing some more canning, but there's nothing. The fruit place up here, the fruit stand place up there, hasn't had anything good. I've been hoping for some green beans, or they did have strawberries for $10 for a flat, and they sold out really quick. I was going to do strawberry jalapeno jelly, and they sold out. Unfortunately, they're expensive. The 6 I got was $28, and you can probably find some cheaper, but I want to make sure that mine are somewhat clean and not come from China and stuff. But the tubers that I got cost $28. And that reminds me, I've got jalapenos out there that needs to go back in the house. I don't think it's supposed to be too bad tonight. I could probably leave them out. Supposed to get down to what? 60 tonight. Oh, actually, that'd be a good time to go mushroom hunting. Oh, we actually got a storm coming in. Never mind. I didn't know that. Sour beef and dumplings with potatoes, carrots, and gravy and sauerkraut. All together? I don't know about sauerkraut and gravy. Yeah, that's what I was going to do with my leftover ham, but we didn't have any leftover ham for Easter, and it was too expensive. Usually, I got some halfway decent deals on it. What's going on in Oklahoma?
Oh, is that where that tornado hit that Air Force base?
All I know is that I seen a video, and how I wish I was there. And again, I try not to be a violent person or anything because I try to get away from all that. But New York City, kid stomped a 15-year-old girl that didn't give him his phone. Didn't give the phone number.
Yeah.
Why do people stand around and let something like that happen? That would have instantly triggered something in me to do bad to that person. Getting ice cream? Well, you guys be careful. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, arrest doesn't mean anything to me. Oh.
You could have been back in the street in an hour.
There's so many people standing there watching and filming. The person who filmed that's the second person I would have went after. Thank you, Jan. Yeah, it's stuff like that irritates me when I see like a whole gang of people, and I'll leave it at that, beating up on a woman or something like that. It just, and people around just filming. Nope. Mm-hmm. Oh, tornadoes in Oklahoma. Yeah.
Yeah, there was a video the other day. It showed it hitting an Air Force base.
Yeah, there's too much of the. They need to go after the people who are filming it. Now, there's nothing wrong with filming something like that, but you could dial 911 and report it, and then film it for them. But the fact that all those people, probably nobody called 911 or whatever. Yeah, and I don't think it was last year, but the year before, they got hit really bad with some bad tornadoes. Pretty much a whole town got wiped off. Yeah, I don't mind when you see a tornado going through a forest or something, but when it goes through towns and stuff, it's or people's homes and whatnot. Don't like seeing that.
Devastating.
I seen a video of a congresswoman, I guess you would call her, Omar, going off on a reporter.
Yeah, I think she's
because about her money and stuff that comes in really like having no money, and then all of a sudden millionaire.
Yeah.
And I do believe they should be, every year they should be audited. And well, last year you only had $200,000 in your bank account. Now you have $15 million. Where'd that come from?
Beats me.
You know, oh, that's interest in my bank. Well, what's the name of your bank? Because I want to put my money in there. Oh. So where do you think we're going to be going with the Iran thing? Because this, which I don't mind, the ceasefire continues and stuff, but
Yeah, but that's not going to solve the problem.
yeah,
They're known for dragging things out and saying one thing and doing another. That's their MO. That's how they work. So
yeah,
I don't think they're going to agree to have any of that nuclear dust and whatever other stuff is there to be removed. And I mean, that's a huge country. I mean, it's hard to get eyes on everything. So
oh yeah, and the thing is,
a big tunnel system there too. So it's, I mean, they've got everything in that theater there. I mean, it's, nobody likes to see it, especially if there's the, you know, the local population. You know, you don't want to hurt civilians, but I mean, I don't have any. It's not that I don't have faith in our group trying to, you know, cut a deal, but I just don't trust Iran. They've got a history.
yeah, we don't know. We only get a tenth of the story, if that. We don't know half the stuff that's actually going on.
And they say all of their fissile material is in that one spot. Well, how do you know it's only in one spot?
Yeah,
maybe
if it was, it wouldn't be there anymore.
Maybe they moved on.
I hear, you know, YouTube has so many experts and this and that, and they know what DEF CON we're at, and I'm like, no, you don't.
No.
If you said it, you wouldn't be around anymore.
Well, not only that, but and there's a lot of people that claim they're in the military and they're really, and they start talking about, oh well, we're going out here and we're doing this, and well, first of all, that's not legal. You're not. If your CO finds out about that, you're toast. So anybody that's, you know, constantly saying, well, we're shipping out, you know, that's BS.
Yeah.
Because they'd hang you by your Buster Browns if you're doing that.
Yep. That's, I'm in certain groups, for Facebook groups for different bases where people are deployed, and when they come back in, these are private groups that the only way you get in there is if you have a certain information. I'll leave it at that.
All right.
And there'll be new people coming in there, and then there are people who watch these people for a good amount of time, and they will post, oh, my son comes in so-and-so next month, or he's coming in Thursday, or something like that.
Oh, they should be
They'll have so many people slam them and get on them about take that off right now.
Yep.
It's because nobody wants that information getting out, no matter who it is. If it's on the internet, it can be leaked out. So when people are being deployed or when they're coming back from deployment, they won't say anything.
Supposed to, yeah. Yeah.
And when people saying they're getting shipped out a certain date, that's not nobody who's in the military, because it's against the law for them to tell that, because they're not only endangering themselves, but anybody who's in that group that's going out.
Right.
Because our military they have a bounty on our military at all times, no matter if they're here in the United States or somewhere else. Sometimes it's more in different areas, but they always have a bounty on them, which is a horrible thing. That's why I can hear stuff, but I don't repeat it until after I know it's done out there somewhere.
Right.
That's like, because everybody knew my son was in Iraq because he was in Iraq before the crap started. Now he's not in Iraq anymore, but I'm not saying where he's at. Oh, but I was thinking maybe I should start canning up some beans. I think I'll do two different types. I think I'll do some dry and do some where you cook them up and soak them and stuff, where you basically cook them in a jar.
I'll tell you, this day is going slow. Is it going slow for you too, Charles?
Oh yeah. Of course, that's the point. I kind of like it when busy all day. That way, less brain thoughts.
Right. B, what do you put in your
Yep, I got lentils too. So
your
can.
pickle? I was asking, how does she pickle the cucumbers?
Well, you can make your own brine and stuff, or
Right.
you can get the packet where you do it yourself. You know,
Oh, okay.
it has all the stuff in it.
Okay. You can get that at the supermarket, right? Pickle brine?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I don't. Do you have Tractor Supply down there? I know you don't. You said you don't have Lil King.
Yeah.
You'd be able to find it in Tractor Supply. It's a little packet. I rather do it myself though,
Right.
because like I made the bread and butter pickles.
Yeah, they're good. They're good.
Those are good. Well, I made the first batch I made was sliced bread and butter pickles, and then I made bread and butter relish, which that's really good on burgers.
Yeah, the sweet relish is good too.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll probably plant, if it rains tonight, I'll probably plant cucumbers tomorrow. Clean out that bed and I'll keep the same bed for that.
You've got a compost pile, right?
Not. I've got a little bit
Right.
left, not much. I need to figure a way to keep the other stuff from growing in it because everything wants to grow where my compost bins are. I have soil, garden soil, which is from the compost, gets moved over there with soil and gets turned in with it. But my compost bin has been growing trees and everything else up under that. Yeah, I usually don't, like cucumbers are okay. Cause if they get frost gets them, I'll just plant more, but my peppers and everything won't go out until after Mother's Day. But I'm probably just going to grow 8 jalapeno plants and like 4 bell pepper plants and some cucumbers.
Right.
And my tomatoes and that Jerusalem artichokes. Catch you later, Jeff. You have a good one. Tell Dixie I said hey.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's what I've been kind of doing.
You're not growing as much as you did last year then, right?
No, I'm getting rid of the 6-foot grow bag thing that
Yeah. The one
must be a 6-foot Chinese person because it sure in heck ain't as tall as me. Yeah, I'm getting rid of that one. I have that other little bed too that I might go and get some onions and put in there. Which, yeah, I think I might do that tomorrow. I'll go get some onions because I think it was $2.49 for that. So
and where's
the local nursery? They plant all their stuff and they don't use chemicals or anything like that.
cool.
I was thinking about because she wanted somebody to work there. I was thinking about it. I'd rather work with plants and not have to do, with people.
Right.
You have to talk to people.
Yeah, that's part of the process, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I bet the cats are loving the smell in your house right now. And the cats love when I do that because
Right.
whatever doesn't fit in the jars, they get to have.
Who gets first dibs? That's probably Fuzznuts.
They're all pretty much as soon as you put the pot down there.
Oh, okay. Oh, they won't fight each other? They'll eat out of the same pot?
No. There's a couple that have issues with each other sometimes, but it's usually when there's food involved, it's pretty chill. Like, because they eat at 5 o'clock.
Right.
Most of the time, unless they're getting on my nerves and I just want them to shut up. But when it's time to eat, they'll sit here and they'll all be sitting here and watch me if I'm doing something on the computer. And when I take my glasses off, they take off and run because I'm getting ready to get up. And they run to
They run to the kitchen.
container of the food where the food is, and they're all ready to eat. But cats are, they like schedules. They're really big on schedules.
Yeah.
And when that schedule is thrown off a little bit, they don't
They don't like it.
it throws them off quite a bit.
Yeah. Well,
And
Jack,
guardian.
my Jack, he's on a schedule.
Yeah.
You know, every time he comes in the back door, he has to have a snack.
I just bought some canned fish from Aldi's. Lazy way out. Well, it's good to have that kind of stuff. Even if you need it, you know. That's the good thing about making your own cat food. You can open it up and eat it yourself. I mean, if you're making it the right way.
Yeah.
I have no schedule. Well, some people have them automatic feeders that give them food every once in a while. Like if I was to fill a bowl up, the bowl would be gone in a minute, and then there would be no more food, and somebody would get left out.
Right.
So they all have their own little spots where they eat at, and they all don't wait, but they go to their spots when I'm about ready to feed them. So they're all ready. I'll go to one, go to the other one, and move my way down. And they're all waiting. They know their spots. They know where they're supposed to be fed, all that stuff. But I was thinking about getting one of those automatic feeders just to, you know, make it go off on random times.
Right.
Yeah. See how it goes.
Yeah, I'd like to get another cat. But first I got to get another dog. Jack needs a little friend.
Well, he can have a friend with a cat.
No, he needs a canine though, and then we'll bring a cat.
Yeah, cats can run fast.
So can Jack.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It might be what he needs. It's a cat around the house.
Even
Now,
though
I'm not saying how your house would look after that, but
even though that dog's older, man, he can be a psycho.
yeah. The only reason I say that, there are some people that put stuff in their food, in the cat food, for cats that's not so much for humans. Sugar, baking soda. Yeah. I kind of do something similar to that. I probably have a video back somewhere that I made. But again, some people put eggshells in there and think that the eggshells are going to dissolve. There's a process you have to make the eggshells. It has to be fermented in vinegar and stuff for it to release its goodies, so to speak. But I rather do fermented plant juice is what it's called.
Hey, Lord.
And you can use all kinds of different. I mean, you can go out there and cut your grass and use the grass trimmings for that. But you can use banana peelings, you know, stuff like that. Yeah, even the powder form takes 6 to 8 months to break down. You actually have to cook the eggshells and then put them in a jar and pour vinegar over them to get the reaction to come out to release the calcium and stuff.
Didn't you mention once, Charles, about the gypsum and drywall for adding to your soil? I know I heard that somewhere.
Yeah, we were talking to I can't remember his name now, the mushroom guy, and he was talking about also you could, because
I think it's Brandon.
Yeah, that's it. There's a thing where you can get your own, because like if you go out in the woods, sometimes you can move the leaves around and you'll find what looks like fungus. That stuff is gold. But you can actually make your own boxes, and you have to wrap them up in chicken wire and stuff to keep the critters out of it and stuff. But it's not a 100% process that you're going to put that box and you're going to create this fungus stuff. But you can actually grow your own, and that is some of the best stuff, because you need those microbes and all that stuff in your soil, and the more activity you have in your soil, so to speak, the better your stuff is going to grow. Hey Lori, how you doing? Did you find any remains?
Yeah, right.
Yet?
You find any lead pumpkin balls from a shootout?
I keep waiting. I keep watching their videos, and I keep waiting for them to find something that they don't want to find.
I've got it figured out what they're going to find. It's going to be worth a lot of money, and it belongs in a museum.
Well, Lori was saying something. Her husband was getting ready to say something, and I know what he was getting ready to say. Yeah. We're going to find something. Scared of that mound. You might find more than the wagon back there.
Yeah.
Might find the horses or the mules with it too.
Might find General Custer back there too.
Or is that where Hoffa's buried?
I can't discuss that. Come on, Charles. I'm from Jersey and I admit nothing.
Hey, you want to come up? Is that what you want? Say hi. He just says, lay me down. I want to lay down.
Too bad you can't line them all up in a row and then just sit there.
The cats?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. They're not going to sit there. Well, I can. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 laying on my bed right now, and I have the fifth one here. And the other one's probably out there with my son.
Years ago, when I was in grade school, we had this cat, and down in our cellar, I had these 1x6 boards, pine boards, but they were real flexible. And we set up a course, one going up, one going sideways, one going down. And when my mother would come home from the market, she'd have this, they called a chicken roll. It was basically, processed chicken that's shaped like a piece of lunch meat. And the cat loved this chicken roll. And we used to train it to walk up the boards back and forth. So imagine if you can get, what do you have, 6 or 7 cats?
6. Yeah, we lost Clover last year.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's always tough.
Yeah.
My Chewini that died a couple years ago, she was 22 years old. Believe it or not.
Yeah.
She
You
was
got 3 kitties.
she was found on the streets of Tampa.
Does she remember where she buried them? That way you don't accidentally
2002. I don't think there's anything left there.
I don't know. It depends on
23 years, 24 years. Nah, that's all.
well, they find bones from 1,000 years ago.
Yeah, but those are real big ones.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It depends on the condition and stuff like that, and if they get fossilized or not.
But the Pacific Northwest is known for dinosaur bones. So keep digging, Lori.
In the mound. Oh, no. Or how deep? Oh.
It could be a portal.
I'd have some cameras back there. That way you can see if Bigfoot's going back there and
Right.
looking through all those mounds and stuff.
Making a jump. I can hear those birds.
I must admit, your yard's looking good, though.
Yeah.
You guys got a lot of stuff done.
And quite a good sized piece of property, too.
Ugh.
Those birds are back in the chimney again. I can hear them.
Oh, that's annoying.
Oh, they don't chirp. What I'm hearing is the wings. One bird's wings hitting the other. It's just like,
Yeah,
you know.
they're making more birds.
Well, they eat a lot of bugs, so I don't want to bother them. Eat a lot of the flying bugs, especially in the summer.
Well, do you have a fireplace?
Oh yeah, I'm sitting right next to it.
Oh, okay. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, the flue's closed and everything, but you can still hear them.
Yeah. Well, you can. There's I forget what it is. There's something you can burn in there that keeps them out.
Too late now, though.
Oh yeah, after they're already there. That's the thing. I don't. You know, our porch where I sit at. Sometimes a bird will get up there and make a nest, and I'm like, I don't want to. After I know that there may be eggs and stuff up there, I don't want to mess with it. I'll just wait until the following year, and then I'll get them out.
No, they're not They're not bats, B. If I'm sitting outside, I can see them even in the daytime fly in. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to look it up real quick. I'll tell you exactly what they are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that thing that you guys pulled out, that looks like a dryer drum from the older ones that you went to went in and had that big glass door that opened up. I don't think they have those kind anymore, but that's what that looked like because it has the big nut in the back and then had the things on the side for where it runs around.
B, they're called a chimney swift. It's a primary bird that nests in chimneys in the southeast United States, arriving in spring from South America. small, dark, cigar-shaped birds that fly rapidly, and they cannot perch, instead clinging vertically to the masonry. They are protected by federal law. Okay.
But what I want to know is, why did they bury it? And was it a fire thing there? A fire ring type thing? Fire pit? Why would they put it in the corner like that? I don't know. Yeah, it was weird. How long did it take to dig that thing out? Yeah, that everybody remembers TJ, right? The mounds down by her place, they said that they dug up giant bones from some of those mounds down there. Way back when, not now, but way back when. I was watching stuff from back in, because there's people fighting over where Jesus was buried. You know, that whole thing debacle where Jesus was buried and stuff, or where he was laid to rest, so to speak. They have like 3 different places, the top 3 places. And it was just interesting. Each one had their own theories why that was his tomb there. And the other person would come up, well, this tomb is here, and we have a piece of the rock and the big round rock, and everybody had a piece of the round rock and everything. So their theories were all pretty much the same thing, but just different locations. And one of them made like a stand. It was probably called something else, but it was just a pedestal or something like that out of the stone that they rolled in to seal up the tomb. Oh. Hard to say what it was being used for. Not charcoal, but charred pieces of log. Huh. Maybe maybe they're doing some kind of funky rituals in the corner of that yard. Probably be careful not to dig down too far underneath that either. Oh, might be fireplace. Yeah, I remember we went out in the woods looking. Basically we were looking for ginseng, and we found this cabin site because we could see where the foundation was placed. Nothing else was there, but we started digging around. because those old places, they would hide their money in mason jars. And we started digging around and we started finding jars, but we weren't finding any money or anything. And we started finding some creepy stuff. Doll heads inside of a mason jar, and weird letters and stuff that was in another mason jar. And then we decided to leave. We'll get out of here. But anytime, and that was south. This was down in McConnellsville area, so it's way away from everything type place. And we had, in the past, we came across cabin sites that we knew what to look for was the foundation rocks and stuff, because most of the cabins were already rotted away and stuff, but we would dig around to see if we find anything. We used to find old cookware and stuff like that and turn around and resell it. But sometimes we'd actually find some old money that was in a mason jar. Because most time, nobody's ever seen half these places for a long time. Yeah, Lori, you going to be able to get any thing growing this year? Let me see here. I have a couple more pots that I've made, grow things, I guess you call it, that I'm going to plant stuff in there so it comes back every year. So once I plant it, I'm done with it type thing. Yeah, probably next year you'll have everything lined up good, ready for next year. My roses ain't coming back yet because I built these, and I don't think I made a video on it. I don't think I did. I got these cedar fence pickets, I guess you call them, because they're real cheap. And I think it takes about 3 to make a planter box. And I made a few for the front of the house that I could put some roses in. They're the small little roses. They're not the big roses. And unfortunately, I think maybe the what you call it, the cold got them this year. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night. Let me see if there's head over to Lisa. Yogi Hollow Farms is live right now. I'm gonna go ahead and drop her link if you guys want to go over there and tell her we sent you over there. There we go. Let me see what, and she is talking about thrift and free stuff, which is always a good sign. So if you guys want to head over there, we'll probably see you Monday back on the cooking channel and back here afterwards. I do an hour on the cooking channel and I do an hour on this channel for whatever pops up. So thanks everybody for hanging out, and we'll see you on the next one. And I think, Lori, you got a live tomorrow, right?
Her and Jennifer, I think.
Yeah, her and Jennifer's going live tomorrow.
Yeah. Or Jennifer's going live with Lori.
Yeah, one of those two. So keep an eye out open for those two. And we will catch you on the next one. I don't have an outro. So everybody have a good night.